to the Blu-ray Hunter. I'm the Blu-ray Hunter, Jonathan Moody, and I'm here with a special guest.
Paul A. Presenza, known as the Moo Cow. Moo.
And as I said in the last video, so I did my pickups, and I've already showed them off. But when I got over to Paul's house today, he actually had some Blu-rays, and he normally doesn't. So this was a big deal, and he was like, should we do one? And I said, sure. I mean, you know, I just did it. I kind of wish I had done that a little bit or whatever, maybe done 2 videos, but whatever. You know what? It's fine. We're gonna do this. So he's got 3 Blu-rays and a DVD. And he's gonna mention the DVD too, because there's no reason.
Might as well.
No reason to do another whole show with just one.
I mean, I hate to sully your Blu-ray channel with a mere DVD, but I guess everyone will survive. But
It'll
besides,
be okay.
remember, I only buy certain movies or certain level of movies with Blu-ray, and I save the stinkers for DVD. So it's a stinker. Oh yeah. But
okay.
Let's get on to the movies. So, first one I got, it almost made it into the last month's monthly haul, but it didn't, and it came at the beginning of the beginning of November, and it is Young Frankenstein, which is, of course, the classic Mel Brooks film. A lot of great stuff in here, and what people maybe don't quite realize is that actually this is a beautifully, beautifully shot black and white film. And so for me, it was a real bonus to have this on Blu-ray. Not to mention all of the extras that are on here, because I already had this in DVD, and I had a VHS copy a long time ago, but this is definitely one of those movies that I wanted to get on Blu-ray. It's got, I can't read the tiny little writing, but there's all kinds of little interesting special features that are there.
It's got commentary by Mel Brooks,
right?
Interviews with Marty Feldman, Gene Wilder, and Cloris Leachman. And inside the lab, secret formulas in the making of Young Frankenstein. Blucher button. I don't know what that would be.
That's so that you can press it anytime someone says, Frau Blucher.
You press it, but then what happens?
The horses go neigh.
Right, but like, doesn't it happen anyway?
Yeah. Well, not in real life, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, there's no button in real life that you could do that with.
And there should be, I'm just saying.
But nobody says that, like, normally. That's not something...
I would say it all the time if I could. If I could get horses to neigh.
Frau Blucher.
Yeah.
It's alive, creating a monster classic featurette.
Yeah.
Transylvanian Lullaby, the music of John Morris. Making Frankincense of Young Frankenstein featurette. Deleted scenes and outtakes, and production photo galleries.
Well, I listened to the commentary by Mel Brooks, and it's very interesting. And he's interesting because he points out a lot of interesting stuff, like Madeline Kahn ended up, ad-libbing a lot of stuff there, and just she was really, really funny and really inventive, and she just he just let her do stuff like that whole part where she's with Peter Boyle towards the end, and they're sort of together, and she's like, here's the hamper for poopy drawers, and he's like, that's totally Madeline Kahn, just rattled that off, and she did a whole bunch of ad-lib shit, and she's just funny, she's just
I miss her.
I know, she was wonderful.
She was so good in the movie Clue. Like she stole that movie away from everybody. I just loved her.
She's just good in everything. So there's a lot of good stuff on the Blu-ray. So if you get the chance to pick it up, in addition to the black and white being just beautiful to look at, it's actually got a lot of good commentaries and stuff.
Speaking of black and white,
so we go on to our next movie, which is a Criterion, and it is the classic, The Uninvited. So this is kind of like a ghost story. In fact, it's really considered, it's a 1944 movie. It's considered the first time a Hollywood movie sort of took the ghost thing sort of seriously. Previously, even though they had done all kinds of stuff in the Universal world with vampires and werewolves and mummies and all that, they hadn't really done ghosts, and ghosts had kind of sort of been more for comedic effect, like Abbott and Costello would have done a ghost movie, and
House on Haunted Hill was
later on.
That was later
Yeah, this is 1944.
Oh wow!
So this is really the first time where somebody makes an actual scary kind of a ghost story. Now The unfortunate thing is that the story and the way it's written is a little second rate, I would say. What's great is the fact that the photography is great, and then the atmosphere that the movie has is absolutely fantastic. And just watching it for that alone was really good. And of course, because it's a Criterion, the disc comes loaded with all kinds of great extras. There's most of it is in a booklet. The booklet is pretty cool. You can pull that. You can check it out. It's pretty neat. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. And when I finally get the Forgotten Horror Classics off the ground, this is definitely one I want to show. There's a lot of interesting stories about Ray Milland and some of the other folks who were involved in the film. But I'll save all that for that episode. But it's a really, really good one. And of course, I got this for the half-off Criterion sale. So it was definitely worth that.
We'll be doing, for Criterion Watch, which is one of our new channels, we're going to be doing Seven Samurai, but I'm sure we'll get to the Uninvited and things like that. The idea is that Paul and I will pick one to each to watch or whatever, and I picked Seven Samurai because I just watched it.
Right.
So it's his turn to pick next. So who knows? But
right, and if it's not on Criterion Watch, maybe it'll be on Film Freaks. We'll see.
Maybe we still need to do that.
We still need to get that one done, but so many movies, so little time.
I know.
So, numero 3 of the Blu Ray set is the classic Chinatown, the wonderfully written, what's his name, John Towns?
Robert Towne.
Robert Towne film, Roman Polanski, with great performances by everybody involved, especially Jack Nicholson. This is one of the classics of, I guess, what they would consider modern noir. It's just fabulously done, and again, this comes loaded with all kinds of extras, lots of interesting sort of featurettes detailing the history of how LA sort of became this, went from this little desert town into the metropolis it is today because of water, and all the politics behind it, and all of the, the effects of taking all the water from the north and bringing it down to the south. And it was very, very interesting, and there's a lot of cool stuff in there, in addition to the film, which in and of itself is a classic and a great film from many different perspectives.
So it's got commentary by screenwriter Robert Towne with David Fincher.
Right.
Water and Power, The Aqueduct, The Aftermath, The River, and Beyond.
Right.
Chinatown and Appreciation. Chinatown, The Beginning of the End, and Chinatown Filming, and Chinatown, The Legacy. Those are all the featurettes involved in this, so that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's a great film. I assume you've seen this, right?
Years ago.
Yeah, it's
that's
really,
been a
really
while.
good.
I've got to rewatch it.
They made a sequel of sorts, The Two Jakes. It just wasn't nearly as good at all. But that's the way it usually works. But highly recommend Chinatown. It's fabulous. And I know Roman Polanski is guilty of a few sins, but I'm the kind of person that I can put aside that for the man's art, which is unquestionable.
There's a great documentary called "The Kid Stays in the Picture." I don't know if you've ever seen it or not, but
I've heard about it. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's about Robert Evans, the producer of Chinatown and Godfather and a ton of amazing movies, and one of the things they talk about is Chinatown and how there was a lot of there wasn't originally, I believe that Polanski he was up for something that wasn't Chinatown. He was up for he had done another one, Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, Rosemary's
when
Baby.
He was Rosemary's Baby, he almost quit that, or whatever. And Robert Evans was producer on that, and basically forced him to do that. But and then later Robert hired him again for Chinatown because Rosemary's Baby did so well, and everything like that. But that, I guess that's not a typical Polanski type of movie and stuff, and I think that's pretty cool that he was able to do a good actual regular movie doesn't have any kind of supernatural or weird elements to it.
And for those of you who are interested, it also actually has Roman Polanski acting the famous nose scene. He's actually the thug who does that. So kind of an interesting little thing there too. In fact, that's the other neat thing about this film is that you have people like Polanski, you have John Huston and others who normally are not usually we're behind the camera, who are actually out in front as actors, which is pretty cool.
All right. I guess next
So,
is
last one is the DVD, and we're back to Crapville because that's where my heart truly is. And we have Killer Barbies. So those of you who know the work of Jess Franco know that he has been in the business of making very strange, very crappy, bizarre movies that are full of nudity for quite a long time. Throughout the 60s, 70s, and into the 80s. He kind of vanished for a while, and this is the movie that he put out, I think it was 2003, 2004, something like that. And he got himself hooked up with this all-female punk band in Australia, or Spain actually, from Spain, and they decided to build this movie around them, and by all accounts, it's pretty bad, which is fabulous, because nobody does a bad film like Jesse Franco, and certainly the boobage count is going to be way, way up. So we will let you know. This is one of those movies that I saw, and by reputation, I'm like, I gotta have that. So we'll give you a full report, perhaps maybe a What the Fuck Friday. We'll see.
Yeah, we're still doing What the Fuck Friday on the Indie Film Cafe.
Absolutely.
So check that out.
Because our fans have been ringing us to make sure that we do more What the Fuck Fridays. Of course they have.
All right.
So anyway, that's what I ended up picking up for the month of November.
Awesome.
Quality over quantity. That's my watchword.
All right. Well, thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoy this. It's pretty cool pickup video. I mean, we don't have as nearly as much as we've had before.
Right.
We've had a lot before,
A little
and
here, a little there.
But this is nice sometimes to have just a little bit. It's really close to the holiday season, so it's understandable sometimes we're not going to have as much stuff or whatever. But I guess we'll see. I'm excited to see other people. Like there's like the Let's Talk or Talk Movies with Us guys, and there's the Cinema Sickness. All of them are doing like some like Black Friday videos and things like the pickups videos and stuff, and I just can't wait to kind of see that. I bet that's going to be pretty awesome.
And don't forget, there's still a couple days left for the Criterion sale, the half-off sale.
Yeah, it's I think it ends December 2nd or 3rd, something like that.
Something like that.
So check it out.
So
go
get out there and
support them, man.
Buy.
I'm not. I think I've gotten 50 so far, so I think that's good. I think I'm gonna stop for right now. I was planning to do 60, but then I got into 4Ks now. So all my 4Ks, I've become the 4K hunter, as Paul had pointed out, or you can change your name to the 4K hunter. No, I'm not gonna change it because 4K is still technically a Blu-ray.
Right.
So I'm just gonna keep it as Blu-ray hunter, but that's pretty cool. I don't mind. Like I don't, So the beauty of buying this 4Ks is that I can actually get the Blu-rays with it. They come with Blu-rays. So, because sometimes they don't have the special features on the.
Because it's so big.
Because it's so big of a file,
It's so big.
Yeah, that's what she said. So that's the plan. Is like I see a monkey right there. I see a monkey, continuity monkey. There was no continuity in this video.
No.
Sorry. Sorry, monkey. You don't.
But he likes to pop in every now and again.
He had to change his name to something other than Continuity Monkey, so we can call him like Jeff or something.
Jeff.
Jeff.
Timmy.
No, because there's already a Timmy.
I know.
No more Timmys. And there's a Jimmy too, right?
That's
Jimmy
true.
and Timmy. So none of that.
Jimmy hat.
Anyway, where was I? So yeah, buying the 4Ks are great because then it adds to my Blu-ray collection already. So so I'm going to be doing that more, so you'll see in the Blu-ray Hunter, you'll see more.
At some point I may end up doing that myself, but I was telling Jonathan earlier, right now, as it is, there's not a whole lot of movies out there that I want that have been put out in Blu-ray, much less out in 4K. It's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and so, there are going to be certain movies like, The Shining or Blade Runner that, I'm going to buy.
Blade Runner's out there, but...
Yeah, I'm going to have them at some point, but... After that,
the thing I'm disappointed by is that the Blade Runner 4K is only the final cut.
Oh yeah.
I remember when, like, I forgot which one it was, but there was either Blu-ray or DVD or something that I watched that had all three cuts
Right.
together, not just one.
That's the one I have, the Blu-ray that has all of them.
Oh yeah, and I think that's what, like, my dad has one that has all of them and everything, and that's the way I think it should be. It shouldn't just be just one cut. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. That's fine. If I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that when it says the final cut, that's just the final cut. It doesn't have the other two cuts.
And that's the thing. I mean, I love that movie to bits. I would love to have it. It's just that now I have to make the investment in the TV. I have to make the investment in the player. I have to make the investment in the 4K disc. I probably have to up my sound so that it would take advantage of all of the, all of the changes for that, all the upgrades. Where does it end? There's just I just don't know if there's going to be enough really, really good movies that I like that's going to make it worth that. So, when it comes to crap and stinky movies, we'll always have DVD. It's never going to be a problem. But, when it comes to good films, hopefully there'll be enough that have been put out in 4K. And the fact is, there is a boatload of older films that are really good that have yet to be, restored. And and I think some of them may end up skipping Blu-ray altogether and going right to 4K, and then they'll just release a Blu-ray version with it. So hopefully at some point we're going to be getting more of that stuff. But as of yet, I don't know.
As far as I know, the Blu-rays are still going to come out. Like,
I hope so.
I think the DVDs are getting less and less. They are still making some movies just in DVD or something like that.
And it makes sense because, it's still, there's this debate about the physical medium as to whether it's still a viable thing or not. I mean, people like you and I, we love the physical medium. We like to have it, in our greedy little hands.
But I'm one of those people that also like streaming. I do. I pay for a ton of different streaming services, and there are a lot of them. And we were talking about that earlier in the car, that there's a ton of streaming services.
And that's my problem with it.
It's just, you just don't have money.
There's no one-stop shopping. You have to go all over the place.
I've got literally, Filmstruck is about to be gone, so I'm going to have to buy, I'm going to have to get, what is it, what's that movie? What's that thing? Criterion. When Criterion comes out, the Criterion channel comes out, I'll probably have to get that. That'll be in the spring of next year, so that's pretty cool. And then I have Screenbox. I have Shudder. I have I had Troma now, but
Yay.
But sadly, most of their movies are on Amazon Prime already. Like there might be a couple exclusive things just to that, and I'm not paying $5 for that. No, I'm sorry.
That's just it. It all starts to add up. Hulu and Netflix and.
I'm happy with them being on Prime and everything because it's a good way for me to see them. But they take it off Prime and just use it on their own channel. They'd probably have more people spending $5.
And that's the other thing too. Is at least I don't know how these other channels work, but at least in Netflix case, you're going to have stuff come and go too. So that's the other thing about streaming is that you may like a certain film and it's around for a few months and all of a sudden it's gone. And it may come back for Netflix later on. It may not. I'd rather have the physical medium. I can plop it in whenever I want to watch whatever I want.
There's no guarantee when it comes to streaming because there hasn't been a site that has like every movie or TV show or whatever.
Plus, I don't know that all these streaming services will show everything. Like, I don't know if they all have the access to the extras and the featurettes and the commentary.
Some do,
and some don't.
And some don't. Most don't.
Right.
I mean, there's only been a few that I've seen. Like Filmstruck did that, where you could listen to the commentaries and stuff like that.
So I think it's going to be the case, just like they were predicting the end of physical medium for books, and it really has not the case. As a matter of fact, while a lot of independent bookstores went out of business, the ones that are left are actually still doing fairly strong. And from what I understand, there's actually now a groundswell of new small independent mom and pop kind of bookstores that are starting to come back. And I think it's going to be the same thing with physical medium with regards to movies. I think there's still going to be a place for that with people, and there's going to be certain movies that they love, their favorites, and they're just going to want to have physical copies of them. I think that's never going to go away.
Well, the biggest problem with streaming is that, like, once they go away, you can't have that thing. Because, say you buy something off of Amazon for like $5, you think, oh, that's yours, right? No, it's still Amazon's. So you buy it for $5-10, and you think, oh, that's a great deal. If Amazon, God forbid, one day just, goes under or whatever and doesn't exist anymore, which will happen one day. I
Or
mean,
if you just stop following that, you just don't use Amazon anymore for whatever reason.
yeah, so everybody starts, well,
If you lose your connectivity.
yeah, you lose it. You lose your one thing. Like, so it sucks in that regard. Now there are some. I think Netflix allows you to download some movies or something. You can actually put it onto your computer and everything like that. But still, I mean, then you're basically doing the same thing as owning a DVD or something. You might as well fucking buy a DVD or a Blu Ray. Right. And so physical media, I think, should always exist, no matter what.
And I think it will. I think there'll always be a place for physical media. And especially, like I said, you're not going to get everything. You're not going to get the nice booklets. You're not going to get the art. You're not going to get all the cool stuff. That's associated with the physical medium.
There should be a song called "Streaming Killed the Video Store."
There you go.
There you go. So, literally streaming did kill the video store.
The other thing I worry about too is, movies that are sort of caught between the cracks. When VHS came out, for a while it was kind of like everything, and then DVD came out. Well, not all the movies that were in VHS came out and were put out in DVD. Same thing with Blu Ray. There's a massive gap between what went out in DVD and what went out in Blu Ray. And now with 4K, it's going to be another big gap too. And there are movies that are falling in between that have just never really been anything other than VHS, or not even that sometimes. And a lot of good ones. So it's a shame. I've been waiting. One of my favorite movies from back in the day is this old movie called The Warlord, which I think is fabulous. It's never been put out in 4K. I think they're finally, someone out of its Kino Lorber, somebody's finally doing a Blu Ray version, but it never, I think it was put out once early on for DVD when DVDs first came out, but that's it. It never got reissued. So if you didn't get it at the time, you were out of luck. No VHS that I'm aware of. You don't have VHS channels anymore playing old movies. I mean, you might find it on something like Turner Classic Films, but other than that, you're never going to see it.
And even those are just very Hollywood films. Those aren't
right.
Those aren't like the movies that go beyond Hollywood or whatever. Yeah. So I mean, streaming and physical media. Like I'm one of those people that can do both. I know there's a lot of people, especially in the Bluetooth community. Bluetooth, yeah. Bluetooth. I like that. That's not. I did not coin that phrase. I wish I did. But yeah, there's a lot of people in the Bluetooth community who actually love, that love physical media so much they hate streaming.
Right.
They won't pay for it. They just pick up Blu Rays and they pick up DVDs. They pick up whatever, or they're snobbish and they just pick up Blu Rays, or they just pick up 4Ks, or whatever. Thing is, I love DVDs. I have more DVDs than I have anything else. I was even talking to somebody, I think it was Down to Movies, Rick Weaver and I were talking, and I said, I'm not like Cinema Sickness gets rid of his, DVDs once he upgrades to Blu-ray. Just gets rid of it, sells it or whatever, right? I won't do that because I still want my DVDs even if I have the Blu-rays, because if I want to watch something on my computer, I don't have a Blu-ray on my computer. I can't watch it.
Or if your Blu-ray player breaks, you still got the DVD.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
I'm like that too. But the reality, of course, is that your sources for DVD are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and that's one reason why I haven't really done trolling for stinkers, because all the places I used to go to do the trolling, they either have nothing or they don't exist, or the pool is so small that it's just not out there anymore. That's unfortunate.
I went to a thrift store. Was it a thrift store? Or was it a? No, it was a what are those called?
Penguins.
No, not a penguin. The pawn shop. I went into a pawn shop. Goodness gracious.
Cash converters?
No, those have DVDs and Blu-rays up the butthole.
I know, and they're all crappy ones.
I love them. See, that's the difference between him and I, is he doesn't like Hollywood bubblegum blockbuster shit. I love it. Just for some reason, that's what I grew up on. I grew up on movies like Ghostbusters. I grew up movies on like, you know, all these movies that I grew up that and Ghostbusters I bet you like, but there are probably other ones that
Like
you
the
did.
movie, hated the theme song. Theme song almost ruined the movie for me.
For real?
Can't hear it now without it. Yeah, me wanting to tear my brains out through my nostrils.
I love it. It's popping in my head right now. You can hear it. I won't torture him with it. He would probably kill me. But anyway, and Monkey, the continuity monkey would kill me. Anyway, so that was so that's about it. I mean, we just wanted to kind of show you what we did.
We didn't want to go off topic too much, but there's a
did.
larger discussion at hand that we could probably have on another channel about physical media and you know, what's going on right now. So, you know, maybe in the future we'll talk about that. If it's something you guys think we should, feel free to leave a comment and we'll see if we can fit that in somewhere. But we just wanted to make a quick video just showing some of the stuff I picked up. And
and there was a debate about what channel it was going to go on, if it was going to go on Indie Film Cafe or Blu Ray Hunter, and since Blu Ray Hunter is my channel, really, I thought it'd be okay to have him as a guest to go and do that, because like it is mainly Blu Rays that he's talking, and he's got one Criterion, but showing just one Criterion in the pickup just kind of like silly to us.
Right.
So we're doing this Seven Samurai thing, you know, in a little bit after I go get a hot dog because I'm hungry. And get a juicy wiener.
Juicy wiener.
Yeah, he liked that when I said it.
Oh, who doesn't like a juicy wiener?
Anyway, it's been a long day already.
Been a long day.
But we've got a podcast going for Indie Film Cafe, so get ready for that stuff.
Wiener.
Ew. Get that away. Lord.
He's showing you his banana.
Nah, his morning banana. Anyway, thank you guys for checking us out. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope we didn't ramble on too much. I mean, we have our own little things. I mean, especially if we get into a tangent about something, we're gonna go off on it.
We yak. That's what we do.
That's why we do this.
Why we do
but
it.
we're basically, I'm gonna go get a wiener, then I'm come back.
We're gonna go torture Just Jen.
And then I'm gonna start plugging this in, and then we're gonna charge it up because it's on low battery.
Charge it up.
And then we're gonna do Seven Samurai.
Hitta!
We're gonna watch it. It's gonna be on the screen while we do it. So that's awesome.
Is?
I guess. Yeah.
Oh, good.
In the background.
Yay.
You know, because who doesn't love that movie? Anyway.
Fabulous.
Anyway, thank you guys for checking this out. Hope you enjoyed it.
Bye.
And stay tuned. I will be doing a review of The Mummy, which, yeah, just wait till the review.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah,
The Tom Cruise.
The 15% according to the thermometer.
Yeah, saw that 15. I think 15%, or was it 13? 15%, I think. 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. So, what did I think it was 15%? Guess you'll find out in my review, because I'm gonna be doing a review either tonight or tomorrow.
We'll check it out and see you
So
later.
it'll be probably up on Wednesday or Friday. So Thursday, something like that. One of
Peace
those
out,
days.
baby.
Bye.
Bye.